Greetings, everyone. This is your boy, Brother Brian Hilliard, coming back to you with some words of encouragement. And the words of encouragement that I want to present to you on today is stop worrying. That's right. Stop worrying. Now, I know you might be saying, well, Brother Brian, you don't know my circumstance. You don't know my story. And you're right. I don't know. And I realize, too, that it's always easier said than done. I'm not oblivious to that, because I also have, at some point in time in my life, I've worried. But we have to start applying biblical principles. That's what the Bible is for, you all. If I'm not mistaken, the acronym for Bible anyway, it says basic instructions before leaving earth. God has given us basic instructions before leaving this side of heaven. And the words of encouragement is coming from Philippians, the 4th chapter, the 6th verse. And in that verse, and I'm quoting it, I memorized it from the New Living Translation, gave us 4 points on how not to worry. How not to worry. The first point is, the word says, don't worry about anything. That's the first point. Don't worry about nothing. A lot of times we stress our own selves out trying to figure it out when God has already worked it out. So that's the first point. Don't worry about anything. The 6th verse goes on to say, instead, pray about everything. I've mentioned before in a previous video that God is always concerned about what goes on in our lives. There's nothing too big or too small that God is not concerned about. And he doesn't need, but he wants that intimate time with us, that quality time. That prayer life is communication with God. Now, of course, you have to allow some time for him to respond. That quiet time, the reflection time where you can really hear from God. So pray to God about everything. The third point is that once you stop worrying, you pray to God about everything, then the third point is, of course, tell him what you need. We serve Jehovah Jireh, if that's who you believe in. Jehovah Jireh means God provides. He's our provider. So he's never going to see us lacking in anything when we keep the faith. Our faith has to override the worrying. Worry comes from Satan. That's not from God. So tell God what you need. You have not because you ask not. And then the fourth and final point is thank God for all he has done. That's right. Thank him for all he has done. And there's so much that we can thank him for and praise him for. Waking up, just what we consider the simple things. Waking up, being in our right frame of mind. Even the worries or the concerns that we do have, thank him for that. You know why? Because our problems can be so much worse. And whatever problem that we do have, we are fashioned to be able to deal with those problems. That's why you have certain people that say, man, I don't know how they was able to get through that. Well, they was able to get through that because God fashioned those issues for them. He prepared them. He strengthened them. And God strengthens us for the thorns in our lives, because we're going to have thorns. We're going to have circumstances. A lot of times it's going to be our fault, and there are other times we have no control of. So remember, you all, Philippians 4:6, the 4th chapter, 6th verse says, Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. This is your boy, Brother Brian Hilliard, coming back to you with some words of encouragement. Until next time, stop worrying, and I love you.